at some point, is something going to be easy for you in baseball? I, I feel like you've had so many. I mean, your story is just a marathon of I don't know, difficulty is the right word. How are you? How are you feeling? I mean, it's been a long time since you've been on a mound before yesterday.
Well, yeah, I've had plenty of obstacles to overcome in my life, and with injuries, off the field problems, Uh, I'm just really excited to be here. Um, I feel like God put me in a place with this organization and with all the help and them treating me like family from day one, and continuing to support me. And, you know, I've just been trying to follow through with the commitment the Rangers, have given me, and working my butt off and trying my very best to stay on the field and contribute and give back to this team.
When you first came up, I think there was there was questions of is he going to be able to hang in there? Like everybody's sort of pulling for you on a personal level, and now it's been a few years. You're a dad now. You're married. It seems like a different life just from the outside looking in. Um, Kind of, I guess, from an off the field standpoint, does it feel like a different life to you? And how do you balance sort of your continued recovery and how is all of that going?
Man, I just feel extremely blessed. There was a point during my incarceration where I realized it was time to overcome the challenges and it was time to turn the page, so to speak. And um, the story is what it is, and when I met Roy Silver at the Golden Corral parking lot and then meeting the Rangers brass and scouts, and it just kind of staying with the commitment, staying with the plan, taking everything one day at a time, with everything in my life, drinking, injuries, success. It's not always um, easy dealing with success as well. So just trying to always stay balanced and lean on the support that's been provided for me within the organization, my family, friends, and loved ones. And um, I just can't say enough about the Rangers. And, Texas is my home now. Met my wife at a Frisco Rough Riders game. Um, I mean, I still am a little bit of shock that everything has turned out the way it has and that I'm still here. And I feel, as a player, I still feel very young. And it's exciting to be able to make another comeback.
Hey, last thing for me, I think I understand this, but I want to get it in your words. Why is it that success is one of those things that can be a challenge?
Because it's easy in this game to let the ego grow and start to feel really good about yourself because you have the media that will pump you up. You have family and friends that, are going to treat you differently because of how well you're doing. Um, there's a lot that comes with success, and then when there's failure, it quickly kind of turns the page. So it's tough to balance some things. When I was closing, you get all the spotlight when you're the reliever and when you're the closer, and when you blow a game, man, it really would weigh on me. And so, trying to stay even keel, have a great outing, have a great save. Just remember that one step away from blowing one. So you kind of want to learn to balance things.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Chris Halleck.
Hey Matt, how you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Uh, Chris Woodward. It didn't take him long to be, heaping some praise of how your side sessions looked early in camp, and with everything that you've gone through to this point, everything has. I think you've checked all the boxes so far of what they're looking for. Where is your confidence level, especially talking about struggling with success? Where is your confidence level, and how do you best keep that in check so that you can make your ultimate goal of making the team?
Well, I mean, since I've been a Ranger, I don't feel like I've struggled with success. I think more in the past where I was very young and immature. But this team is amazing. I mean, I love the players we have, the staff. Um, we don't have the big egos on this team. Everyone's pulling for one another. I'm just so happy to be able to give back for, all the years I've been in the game and the knowledge that I have, and I just love seeing guys do well. And, you know, in retrospect, it comes back around. So I feel like if we just all pull for one another, I think we're going to really surprise a lot of people this year.
That was actually just what I was about to ask you. We've heard that you have taken it upon yourself to talk to some of the other younger pitchers and the guys who are trying to make the team, and what he talked about how much of an influence you can have in the bullpen. I was just gonna, if you could just expand on that a little bit more of how much you take pride in being able to look at yourself as maybe being a leader in the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, I take great pride in the fact that I was on a World Series contending team in 2016. I mean, we were firing on all cylinders at times that year and had the best record in the American League. And I know what it takes, and I know what it's like for guys to really pull for one another, win games, work hard, trust in the process. And I feel like, especially in the bullpen, if everyone's on the same page and pulling for one another and, really looking forward to that guy having a great outing, I feel like it trickles down and you're a team amongst a team. I mean, we're family. We hang out in the same little bullpen room every day. We're working our butts off, and it's a very important aspect of the game. I've realized it's one inning, one pitch can ruin an entire game. So it's a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, a lot of confidence, and just trying to stay in the zone, stay in the moment, and not get ahead or behind with your thoughts.
All right, thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you.
Jeff Wilson.
Hey Matt, how's it going?
Doing well, thanks.
How's that little girl doing? Good?
Yeah, she's great. She's a beautiful little kid, and I can't wait to see her again.
Good. When we talked to Chris Woodward yesterday, he said that when you came out of the game, you said, I feel like a pitcher.
Yeah.
Or I felt like I pitched, something to that
Right.
effect. What do you mean by that?
I've always possessed a very powerful fastball, and I feel like I normally always throw just tons of fastballs, and I've always been good with location, but throwing my cutters and curveballs and seeing the numbers that I never really knew much about before, with all the analytics, I realize, I can use everything really often, and it's great to be able to do that so that I don't have to rely on blowing it by a guy at 99. So it's to me, it's more fun seeing the bad swings on the breaking balls and then throwing a fastball where they're, fooled by it. So, I mean, pitching is very fun. I love it, and never gets old, really.
You still got 99 though, right? You need it?
Yesterday I was free and easy, and I was hitting 95, so I'm happy with that. That was as hard as I ever threw in high school, and normally on normal years that's about what I throw in spring training. So the fact that I'm coming off the Tommy John and I've been showing that, I feel like I definitely have room for that to build, but I don't want to force it. I want it to let it happen naturally.
Gotcha. All right, man, thanks.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Alex Plank.
Hey Matt, so I know you say you don't want to concentrate on one specific moment, but what did it feel on the strikeout looking to Ben Gamel? It just kind of looked like you were just walking off the mound a little bit, but was there any extra emotion behind that?
Man, I mean, it almost felt like my very first strikeout in the majors, just, wanting to pound the zone and just get that first one out of the way. To be able to mix in my pitches the way I did in that at bat, and then wanting to throw the fastball away, I felt like I executed it perfectly. And whenever I do that, it's just a really good feeling of doing exactly what you want with the baseball. I mean, it's to me, it's like hitting a home run.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Evan Grant.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going, Ev?
Good. How are you?
Great, thank you.
The one thing that I've been thinking about the last couple days in particular on you is in relation to everything that a lot of people have been through over the last year, but you in particular, with all the injuries and what you did in getting to the major leagues in the first place, why have you persevered?
Because I feel like I feel like I've always belonged in the major leagues. I feel like I've always had the talent, the drive, the desire. I love this game. I have a never quit mentality, and I feel like I have so much to offer, and I love exercising. I love working out. I love taking care of my body, and I mean, it's an amazing feeling when you make people proud, especially family and friends, and I really enjoy it. I really thrive off of it, and I love the game of baseball. I will forever love the game of baseball, and I want to stay in it as long as I possibly can.
And so there's been no point after the 2 surgeries this last time around, and then we reached the pandemic. There was no point where you sit back and you say, man, I don't know if I've got it. I don't know if I've got another comeback in me at this point. I've got too much in my life that actually, you've got a full life now, man.
Yeah. I really haven't. I have a very, very supportive family. I live in a wonderful community in Texas. I was able to do lessons with the kids in the area, in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and really enjoyed that. Just like I said, I love working out. I love exercising. So even if it wasn't for baseball, I love getting in the weight room. I don't know. It's something about, oh, okay, you're going to need Tommy John. Oh, great. When do we start? And I'm ready for the process. Let's go, because I just love being on the mound. And like I said, I'm a very confident pitcher. And I know as long as, knock on wood, the elbow stays strong, I'll take care of the rest of my body. And hopefully one day at a time, I'll continue to get back on that mound and help this team win.
So just a couple things on dates. Like, I get confused because of the internal brace and then the Tommy John. When were you able to actually start throwing off the mound again?
Throwing off the mound again. It was sometime last year, I think, during the season, doing all my rehab at TMI in Arlington. Started throwing.
Where were you throwing off the mound at TMI?
At TMI, yes, in Arlington.
And then the other thing I wanted to double check on is so Blake was born right before you left for spring training, right?
Yes.
And how long after did you leave for spring?
So we were in the hospital for a few days, and I was going to be leaving on a Sunday, but that was the day where the crazy weather hit. So, man, just a miracle, the fact that we got to take her home on the Saturday, and I got in touch with Josh Shelton, our traveling secretary, and he had a flight for me that Saturday. So I got home, our neighbor got me to the airport. I packed terribly and, got on that airplane and made it here in time. So I feel like it's all just, like I said, I'm kind of in shock how everything just keeps playing out, and just continuing to try and be as humble as I possibly can and let this process, take care of itself, and, do the right thing and be a good person.
And then the last thing, just on dates and stuff. So will the baby and Claire come out here this spring, or are you not going to see him until we get back to Texas?
She's been told to wait about 2 months before she can travel with the baby.
So you won't see them until you get back to Texas, hopefully, with the team.
Looking forward to being back home in Texas with her, yes.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.